You're watching IGN at San Diego Comic-Con. Next month, the Alien universe gets even bigger and even scarier. Here to tell us all about the new FX original series, Alien Earth, please welcome executive producer David Zucker and two of the stars, Alex Lawther and Samuel Blenkin. Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
You made an Alien TV show. This is amazing.
I know. I don't know how we did it. It was. It's a little bit of a miracle. It's crazy.
So, what was it like to play in this well-established world that has been, scaring people for basically generations at this point, and getting to make something new in it?
Just like the most surreal, dreamy. Yeah, it's a pinch yourself moment. I think we all remember very clearly the first time we walked onto those sets.
Yeah.
Those unbelievable sets that they built that are so iconic, that are so recognizable. That moment of walking on is like a... Yeah, you just don't forget those kind of moments. I think, I just feel so lucky to be here, yeah.
And there's a boldness to what Noah does, as he has done in Fargo and with Legion. So we felt like we were entering into a world that we kind of recognize, but also something completely new, and that was really thrilling.
Yeah.
I just think it's also awesome that it's such an analog show. It's not working into a virtual world. It's very tactile. For the better and sort of the lesser, I guess, for certain people.
Yeah, the rough side of that deal, yeah.
Now, David, you got to work with Noah Hawley on this, as you all did, but Ridley Scott was also involved in some capacity. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, he's my boss, actually.
Is he mine?
Technically, well, I guess depends how you build the hierarchy. That's a off-camera question. But he's definitely mine. I mean, the great thing about Ridley is he is really the quintessential godparent. He consulted, he advised, but he's very much supportive of a director and a creator's vision, and that's what he really wanted to provide to Noah, and Noah's vision is pretty spectacular.
What was it about this that made you all go, like, F yes, I need to do this show?
Because Sam Blenkin was part of it.
Because Alex Lawther was part of it.
That is amazing.
They're making up things now.
I've actually known Sam for a long time, but we've done like a couple of days filming together on another job. But no, I was actually properly delighted that I got to work with Sam.
Okay, but that's different to say you're delighted than to say he's the reason. I mean,
well, yeah, I suppose there's sort of like grades of reasonings.
This is being English again.
It's safe to say, I think Alex and I are kind of big fans of each other's work anyway. And also, just speaking for me, I'm a huge fan of Noah's previous projects as well.
Yeah, same.
Fargo and Legion, I just think, like, the scope, I just think he's so ambitious, and I love that. Any show that is, like, aiming that ambitious and that high gets a seal of approval from me. Yeah.
I didn't think something like this could ever make sense in my head. It's like a peanut butter and chocolate situation where I'm like, wait, yeah, now that I see it, I get it. Like I saw the pilot and I was like, this is incredible. This is exactly as everything I wanted it to be.
And the truth is, you couldn't have done this years ago.
Yeah.
The scale of it, the magnitude, and to be able to deliver this kind of world qualitatively. And
Sam wasn't old enough.
Well,
yet,
that's true.
So we had to wait for Sam to come of age.
Just to be clear, the production did not revolve around me.
Yes.
My character might suggest that, but...
and yet you don't really know that.
Well, outside of the human relationships on the show, which obviously are going great, as we can see right now, you get to work with some creatures, some monsters, the Xenomorph, and a bunch of other things. What was that like? Was there any sort of uncomfortable situations going through the activation here at Comic-Con? You know, you get sprayed with a lot of different acids and liquids and waters. What was it like getting close and comfortable with some big scary movie monsters?
This is an Alex Lawther question.
Right, okay, yeah. It essentially means spending weeks covered in lube from head to toe. Because all of that alien drool has to be made out of something.
Yeah.
And the closest consistency is like a KY jelly. So I spent most of my time in Thailand slipping around.
Fully lubed.
Fully lubed.
Yeah.
Without giving anything away, you have a lot of encounters in this show.
I do, which makes all of that sound much worse. But I have many encounters, and it's interesting how, you know, a tiny moment on screen sort of is the spread of like 2 weeks of filming. So had quite a bruising experience at the hands of Cam Brown, our brilliant Xenomorph actor.
And we have to celebrate Cam Brown as being a vegan xenomorph, which I don't think most people would have expected.
And a Kiwi. He's from New Zealand, guys.
Yes.
He's just the nicest guy in the world, playing the most powerful predator in the universe.
Yeah. I've never thought of a vegan Xenomorph.
And you're one of the first to hear about it.
Yeah.
Well, because actually, let's think about this. Because the xenomorphs aren't there to eat, are they? They're just there to kill. So we don't know their dietary requirements.
Yes, actually, they're like hippopotamuses because they're vegans, but they also kill a lot of people.
Hey,
Yeah,
you learn something new every day. Only at
Wow,
Comic-Con.
I am stunned by that.
I can tell you more off camera.
Oh, thank you. I look forward to that.
The first mouth bites like into the salad. The second mouth takes down the tofu. Like it makes sense. It works
Yeah.
out. So you get to play a billionaire, which
Trillionaire.
is
Trillionaire,
a trillionaire.
apparently.
First of his kind.
Yeah.
Not a lot of those right now, right? To take inspiration from or anything like that. The show kind of kicks off with like, oh, 5 corporations own everything, and it's like, oh, gee, I hope that never happens.
Oh yeah, no. Just as Noah said earlier, there's no correlation between what's happening right
He
now.
said that
Right.
so dryly. I didn't know if he was being sincere. I thought he was like, Noah, yes, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't think it's a huge leap of the imagination.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're specifically a young billionaire or trillionaire, which makes you kind of come in with not necessarily a naivety, but like maybe a balance of that and a little bit of cockiness of sort of just like, hey, let's do it, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah. A serious ego. I mean, I'd like to think that me as a person, my ego isn't out of control.
No
but
comment.
I don't normally. Thank you. This was a real pleasure for me because I don't normally get to play characters who are that confident when they walk into a
that
room.
rich.
Right.
You know, so to inhabit that kind of, he looks around and anything in the room, it kind of is his property. People are his property. You know, it was a pleasure to play that kind of just massive, confident,
Dangerously
ego.
unchecked power. Yeah.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
sees himself as a disruptor. You know, he sees himself as somebody who is bending the rules of reality. But, you know, all for the good of the planet, you know.
And meanwhile, you're sort of the opposite, right? You're kind of a boots on the ground soldier type.
Yes, and someone who conversely is obsessed with care, and I suppose a big tension for him throughout the series is where to put that care. Sydney, who plays Wendy, her character is the sibling of mine, but I knew her as a 12-year-old rather than this synthetic human. And where do you put that care when there's no longer the space required, and when you're confronted by people who are so careless and feckless, as Boy K?
I mean, the sad thing about your relationship is that Sam's character would really want to feed you to the hippopotamus if he could.
Yes,
Yeah.
he really would enjoy doing that. It's not out of his
Let's see what happens.
imagination.
Yeah, let's see what
TBC.
happens.
Now, the alien part of Alien is well established. We've gotten to see them for years now in a variety of different horrible settings. But the Earth side of things has always been pretty light in terms of not really getting to explore that so much. How fun was that to sort of jump in and go, hey, we're going into a setting that we've seen glimpses of here and there, but we get to build this from scratch.
Yeah, well, we were lucky because we were shooting in Thailand, so particularly the exteriors were extraordinary, whether that's in the jungle or on the beach or on some of the streets in Bangkok that we were shooting. So there was already sort of a richness of texture and humidity and sweat. For me, that was some of the most amazing bits of the filming.
But it's also a futuristic Earth. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that to Alex's point, finding an environment that also didn't fall into some of the kind of architectural tropes of sci-fi. It wasn't brutalistic. He was envisioning a hotter world, a wetter world, one that, you know, scarily we're all having to contend with that possibility.
Right.
And it plays into this sort of feeling of like, there's mold coming out of the walls, and there's a sort of this teeming feeling, which plays into this sort of like the parasitical fear that's inside Alien, that the world itself is sort of like overripe.
I love that it's a prequel to a movie from the 70s, but it's futuristic, so you get like futuristic sets and 70s mustaches at the same time. It's kind of awesome.
Yes, I have the biggest sideburns.
They are incredible.
They are. Looking back, I mean,
Yeah, they kind of take over the
they
screen.
do. They're the real
I
scene
thought you would
stealers.
keep
They're
those when
amazing.
you went home to England.
So working with Noah, obviously you loved everything that he did before that. When you're day-to-day working with him, what's one of your sort of favorite things about saying like, hey, we're making an Alien show right now, and Noah comes in and he's telling us how to put this together? Like, how's that whole relationship work on the fly?
Yeah, well, I remember meeting Noah, talking about this character, and just, you know, like the level of detail and world building that he had already got in his head. And he gave me some great references for the character. He gave me like a Twilight Zone episode to watch, like
Oh,
a
that's
really old
awesome.
Twilight Zone episode, which is the one about a boy who is, you know, kind of like omnipotent and can control everything in this little town. And if anybody has a bad thought, he senses it and he sends them to the cornfield where they're kind of banished from the universe forever.
I know that one specifically. Yeah,
you know,
it's awesome. Yeah.
Great episode. Wow. And having that meeting and that reference, I go, I'm in, because that's the imaginative world where I want to get to play. And so many, I'm sure, you know, the audience will see as the series unfolds, there are so many great fun things that I get to do as this character. Like, I've got this very languid physicality and stuff that Noah really provided room for. Like, we'd have chats on set and it felt like he was like making room for us to play. And I think it's not always like that on sets.
Yeah.
So yeah. It was really fun for me to
That's so cool.
work with him. Yeah.
Should I say something?
Yes.
Noah also has a real sort of quietness, which is sort of amazing in the scale of this thing. You have someone who's really, he's a writer and a thinker, and he's so detailed in his imagination. There was a moment, one of the actors, they're only in one episode, and they meet a sticky end. And he said to him, I think your character's come into work with a cold today. I think you have a head cold. And it's nowhere in the script, and I don't even know if you realize it watching, but it gave that actor like something really specific to hold on to during his shooting days. And I just thought that was really generous as a note. Yeah.
I think Noah is really a creator who exists in the rarefied air. I mean, to use a sports analogy, he's management, he's coach, and he's quarterback, and he also knows what all of the players do on both sides of the ball. And you don't get too many people whose craft is that extensive, that deep, and that complete. So it gives, I think, everyone such confidence and eagerness because he's collaborative and responsive, but he very much knows what story he wants to tell and the world he's looking to create.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. The show is amazing. I cannot wait for people to watch it, especially like old school hardcore Alien fans. This is such a good show.
Yay!
Alien Earth premieres August 12th on FX and Hulu, and we've got tons more Comic-Con coverage coming up right here on IGN, so don't go anywhere. Thank you guys.
Pleasure. Thank you so much.